BYU had another disappointing loss this past weekend against Arizona State, and it's just so frustrating for us BYU fans. So we're going to get right into it. I'm going to release all the frustrations in this video that you might be having as a BYU fan or just as a college football fan that's been watching BYU. So let's get right into it. I first want to talk about just the team overall. Like, what the heck was that first half? Like, I feel like it's a pattern with BYU, and it's getting really frustrating. And I've only watched BYU for 20 years now, and I can't think of a season that's more frustrating. I understand that people are projecting us to only win 4 or 5 games this year, and it was a complete shocker, and like we should be happy with 9-2. But when they went 9-0 and you had everything in front of you and you come out like that, especially after a poor loss at home, like, what's going on with this team? Because it feels like when we get momentum and we play really hard and we play great football, and then it's like the end of the season or there's teams that we should win, we just always lose them. And I don't know if that's the coaching. I don't know if it's just the players getting complacent with winning, but it's gotta stop. Like, it's so frustrating. Like, watching that first half, it was like, could you just score 1 touchdown? You would have won the game. Like, all you had to do was that. You didn't have to be perfect, but it's just so frustrating that they can't just come out there guns a-blazing like, this is the Super Bowl. I'm tired of them saying, oh, this is our 12th Super Bowl or whatever. Like, that was not how I've seen Super Bowl teams play typically when they're going to the actual Super Bowl. That was a poor performance, and I'm just sick of all the talk coming out of the program when they're reflecting something else, but then they come out like that. It just sets expectations high, and then it's just super disappointing when they can't get the ball rolling. Even with the defense, like you should expect Scadaboo just pounding the ball almost the entire game. Why aren't we stopping him? Like, it's just so frustrating, and I just don't understand what goes on with this BYU football team. But it just feels like every year there's something, but this year feels even more disappointing because everything was in our hands. We had control, and then losing how we did is just frustrating. So let me know down in the comments below what you think. What were you frustrated with the most in this game, especially in the first half? And let's talk about it in the comments down below. All right, point number 2, we're going to get into Aaron Roderick. Now, Aaron Roderick, I don't even know what to say at this point. I'm just so frustrated with his inconsistency. Like, I don't understand, and I've never been a coach, so I can't say a whole lot. But I feel like if you told me, hey, make the play calls, like, here's the play sheet, you make the calls, I feel like I would have called the game better. Now, would I actually? Have no clue. But just watching the first half with his play calling, and I was telling my wife when we were watching it, I was just like, watch this. It's literally on first down, we'll run the ball down the middle. On second down, we try and do some stupid sweep or a pitch to one side of the field, and it goes nowhere. And then, oh, now it's 3rd and long, so let's try a screen to the side again. Like, it just felt like that was the repeat in the first half, and it was like, why are you not trying to do different things? Like, it's not working, so why are we doing the same thing over and over again? It's like literally basically the same pattern the whole time, and it's just like, go down the field. Like, why are we going lateral all the time? Like, it's just frustrating. And then we get in the second half, and it was like guns a-blazing, like, let's just go down the field and score a ton of points. Like, why don't we do that in the beginning? Where's that fire from the team? Like, Aaron Roderick, his play calls are so frustrating because of that. It's like when we're losing, then it's like, oh, okay, we got to change up the play calls. But at the beginning, it's always it just feels conservative play calling. And it's just frustrating. And I feel like Aaron Roderick does not know how to utilize players' talent. Like, you should know their weaknesses and strengths. And it's just so frustrating that it feels like he's not utilizing them in the way that you could be doing it. Like, LJ Martin is an amazing running back. Why are we not running him a lot this year? Like, I know there's been rumors that he's been having an injury that's lingering, like a high ankle sprain or something like that. But he looks good to me. Like, Rapati's good. So why are we not running the ball more? Like, I just don't understand. I feel like in moments the play call is the exact opposite of what we're supposed to be doing, or he gets too cute with play calls. So I think we need to change. I know we're 9-2, but Aaron Roderick is just, I don't know, with this program. I'm hoping, because I don't think they're gonna fire him, especially after this season. I mean, he went 9-0, so he's doing something right. But it just, when it's big moments like this, it just feels like it's always the same story, and it's just so frustrating. And I'm sure you guys feel the same way, if you're a BYU fan. So let me know in the comments below if you think Aaron Roderick needs to go. What needs to change? Is it the quarterback position? Let me know down in the comments below. All right, guys, if you've liked this content so far, please like and subscribe. It would mean a whole bunch to me. I'd love to build this community up so we can just talk football. It's not always going to be BYU football, so don't worry about that. I'm just a fan of BYU, and it's been a relevant story, so that's why we're talking about it. So like and subscribe. Let's build a community, and I love to keep talking football with you every single day. All right, point number 3, we're going to talk about Jake Retzloff. Now, I don't even know what to say. It's just 2 games in a row, it feels like we were right there. Like, we did so many good things in the second half. We were right there, and then he throws that interception, and the game ends. And I know us as fans, we get dramatic about it, and Retzloff has that kind of reputation that he throws away games with interceptions at the last moment. Like, that was what we always remembered from his first year with the last 4 games that he started in the year prior. And I still remember that Oklahoma game where we were looking like we were going to beat Oklahoma, and then he throws just that terrible pass, and it almost is a pick 6. I think Jake stopped him right before, but it's just so frustrating because it feels like the last 2 games, it's been the same story. Like, when we're getting momentum, he's just throwing the ball, and it's just inconsistent. Like, that one to, I think it was JoJo Phillips, that was going down the sideline on, I believe, the left side, and he's wide open, and you overthrow him. That would have been game-winning probably, but instead he overthrew him. And then we all know the play after that, he tried to throw it to Darius Lasser, and it was just poorly thrown and intercepted. And it's just frustrating. And I don't want to say Jake is the only problem, because I feel like the receivers don't do him any favors, because there's a lot of drops. And it's frustrating because when he does throw them good, it's like Lasser just drops it, or somebody else does. And I think the true MVP in this game, if we had to choose, would be Chase Roberts. He was doing fantastic. He seems like just the security blanket of the offense. When he needs to be open, he is. And when they got to get a first down, he's usually doing something to help the team go down the field. So it's just so frustrating with the inconsistency. Like, what's going on with them? Why is there not changes? And I just don't even know what to say at this point, because, I mean, it just feels like it's been the same story. It's like we're this close to coming back and winning the game, like we have against like Utah and Oklahoma State, and it was just like the magic's gone now. And it's just frustrating as a fan. So I don't know where we go from here. So let me know in the comments below if you feel the same way. What did you see in the game that they could be better at? And let's get into the next point. All right, so where do we go from here? Of what I've seen on social media and the possibilities of still making the Big 12 championship game, what needs to happen is Iowa State or Arizona State has to lose in this final week that's coming up in order for BYU to clinch a spot in the conference championship game. So we're just going to have to wait and see. It's just so frustrating that we had 2 games basically to stay in it, and we've already lost to 2, and it's of course the last 3 games that's happened. So we have to win this weekend against Houston, and we have to hope that one of those teams loses so we can get into the championship game. So we're just gonna have to wait and see. I don't know if anyone watched the Utah game, but they're so close to being Iowa State, and I thought that was kind of the silver lining of the day. Like, yeah, we lost and we should have handled business, but at least like we're gonna have a chance now. And then of course the Iowa State goes down the field and scores and wins the game in that last minute. So it's just frustrating. So I guess we're gonna just have to hope that the cards fall where we need them to, and we'll just have to wait and see. So let me know in the comments below what you think is going to happen this weekend. Is BYU going to make it to the championship game? And if they do, is a rematch against Arizona State going to be a really good game? Is BYU going to learn from this mistake? And it would feel really good to get that second chance against this team, because I feel like we're the better team when we play really well. And we saw that in the second half. So we'll see you next time, and hopefully we'll be able to win this weekend and have some cards fall in our favor. So we'll see you next time.